origins of barbecue. In the annals of culinary history, few traditions are as universally cherished as barbecue. The mouth-watering aroma of meat sizzling over an open flame, the warmth of the fire, and the camaraderie that naturally forms around it make barbecue more than just a cooking method. It's a cultural ritual celebrated across the globe. But where did barbecue originate? The answer to this question takes us on a fascinating journey through time, from the earliest days of humankind to the diverse and vibrant barbecue traditions we know today. Our story begins long before the term barbecue ever entered the lexicon, in a time when our ancient ancestors first harnessed the power of fire. The ability to control fire, a skill developed over 1 million years ago, was a monumental step in human evolution. Fire provided warmth, protection, and, crucially, a means to cook food. Cooking over an open flame made food easier to digest and safer to eat, unlocking vital nutrients and calories that would fuel the growth of our brains and bodies. This simple act of cooking, shared communally around a fire, can be seen as the earliest ancestor of what we now call barbecue. As humans spread across the globe, the practice of cooking meat over an open flame became a staple in many cultures. However, the concept of barbecue as we know it today has its roots in the Caribbean, particularly among the indigenous Taino people. When Christopher Columbus arrived in the New World in the late 15th century, he encountered the Taino, who had developed a unique method of cooking meat over a wooden structure called a barbacoa. This process involved slowly smoking meat over a low fire, a technique that not only cooked the meat but also preserved it for later use. The word barbacoa was soon adopted by the Spanish, and from there, it spread to other cultures and regions, evolving into the barbecue traditions we are familiar with today. The Taino's method of slow cooking meat was particularly influential in the development of barbecue in the southern United States, where it became a cornerstone of regional cuisine. As European settlers arrived in the Americas, they brought with them their own culinary traditions, which began to intermingle with those of the indigenous peoples. However, it was the influence of enslaved Africans that played a crucial role in shaping the barbecue culture of the American South. Africans brought with them a deep knowledge of cooking with fire and smoke, which they combined with the techniques they encountered in the New World. These culinary traditions would eventually give rise to the diverse barbecue styles that are now celebrated across the United States. In the Carolinas, for instance, barbecue is deeply rooted in the tradition of slow cooking pork over hardwood coals. This method, which can be traced back to the colonial era, often involves basting the meat with a tangy vinegar-based sauce, a technique that reflects both European and African influences. The resulting dish is a deliciously tender and flavorful pork that has become a hallmark of Carolina barbecue. Further west, in Texas, barbecue takes on a different form. Here, the focus is on beef, particularly brisket, which is seasoned simply with salt and pepper before being smoked over mesquite or oak wood. The origins of Texas barbecue can be traced to the 19th century, when German and Czech immigrants settled in the region, bringing with them their own smoking techniques and a preference for using local ingredients. Over time, Texas barbecue evolved into a distinct culinary tradition, one that is celebrated for its bold flavors and emphasis on the quality of the meat. In Kansas City, Missouri, barbecue is a more eclectic affair, incorporating a wide variety of meats, including pork, beef, chicken, and even lamb. Kansas City-style barbecue is known for its rich, sweet tomato-based sauce, which is often slathered on the meat before or after cooking. This style of barbecue emerged in the early 20th century, as the city's central location made it a hub for meat packing and distribution. The diverse population of Kansas City, which included African American migrants from the South, also played a significant role in shaping the city's barbecue culture. Meanwhile, in Memphis, Tennessee, barbecue is synonymous with pork ribs, which can be served either wet with a sticky tomato-based sauce or the dry, with a flavorful spice rub. Memphis barbecue reflects the city's rich cultural history, drawing on African American culinary traditions and the influence of the Mississippi River, which brought a variety of ingredients and cooking styles to the region. But barbecue is not just an American phenomenon. The tradition of cooking meat over an open flame can be found in cultures around the world, each with its own unique take on the practice. In Argentina and Uruguay, for example, asado is a beloved tradition that involves grilling large cuts of meat over an open flame. Asado is more than just a meal, it's a social event, a time for friends and family to gather, share stories, and enjoy good food together. In Korea, barbecue takes on a different form. Here, samgyeopsal, thin slices of pork belly grilled at the table, is a popular dish, often served with a variety of side dishes and dipping sauces. Korean barbecue is a communal dining experience, where the act of cooking and eating together is as important as the food itself. Even in Africa, where the story of barbecue began, we find rich traditions of cooking meat over fire. In South Africa, braai is a cherished tradition that involves grilling meat, often beef, lamb, or sausage, over an open flame. Like barbecue in other parts of the world, braai is as much about the social experience as it is about the food. The global spread of barbecue is a testament to its universal appeal. The basic idea of cooking meat over an open flame is one that transcends cultural boundaries, reflecting our shared human desire to gather together, share food, and celebrate life's moments. Whether it's a family gathering in the backyard, a community event in a small town, or a celebration in a far-flung corner of the world, barbecue has a unique ability to bring people together. As we reflect on the origins of barbecue, we see that it is more than just a method of cooking, it is a reflection of our shared human experience. From the indigenous peoples of the Caribbean to the modern-day barbecue pitmasters of the American South, the story of barbecue is one of cultural exchange, innovation, and adaptation. It is a story that reminds us of the power of food to connect us to our past, our present, and each other. In recent years, barbecue has continued to evolve, with chefs and home cooks alike experimenting with new ingredients, techniques, and flavors. From smoked tofu and vegetables to international fusion dishes that blend barbecue with other culinary traditions, the possibilities are endless. Yet, at its core, barbecue remains the same, a celebration of the simple pleasure of cooking meat over an open flame, and the joy of sharing that experience with others. So, the next time you enjoy a plate of barbecue, take a moment to savor not just the flavor, but the rich history and traditions that have made this dish a beloved classic around the world. Whether it's a smoky Texas brisket, a tangy Carolina pulled pork, or a sizzling Korean samgyeopsal, barbecue is more than just food, it's a testament to the enduring power of fire, flavor, and fellowship.